Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models. Welcome to issue 97 of Build Your Own X-Wing from DeAgostini. It's getting close. It feels like it's approaching the end. Now, this video will be broken into two parts because, first of all, we're going to be building some stuff along with the things we had last week, which I haven't heard back yet about the missing segments, but I'm sure that will be sorted very shortly. And then we've got to attach this to the back of the X-Wing. So, obviously, to do that, I need to clear the decks, get it all ready and up and going, and the next stage onwards. So, let's start off having a look through. Obviously the Falcon, early concept work, it didn't look anything like that. That's the cockpit's the only thing that stayed the same, but yeah, it works. I don't like it. There we go. I've said it. That's it. The radial shape that would be completely different from anything else. It pretty much was at the time. It didn't look anything like anything, but yeah, it came together quite nicely, I think. Right, so the details. What we're doing today, we are fitting the fuselage. Rear fuselage plant-on details. So this is what we've got. I've checked. It's okay. I've got the right bits. There's that bit, that bit, that bit, that bit, some screws, and a sprue of other parts. So I shall move the pictures out the way and put them in the corner so you can see what's going on. Then I'll get on with the building. So basically, we're going to be taking this bit and putting it on there. Not tricky so far. It just pushes in place when you get it all lined up properly. I don't remember this bit, but I've never really looked at the back of an X-Wing quite very closely. It says fix the 6 locating pins into the matching holes. I'm not sure why it needs 6 pins. It seems like a bit of overkill for a part like that. But there we go. Make sure it's pushed together firmly. Like that. That looks good to me. Yep, so that's that. That's pushed firmly in place. Then clip this detail off the sprue. Not very helpful from the picture there. A little bit. It looks like this bit up here. So we'll get that off of there. And that is going onto that hole that way up. I shall see about tidying up any excess parts as and when they're needed, depending on how it's all going together, what it's fitting up against, what needs to be seen, and all the weathering that's going to be happening when it's complete. So that's that. Next up, we're doing the same with the other bit on the other side. I thought we probably would be. That one is going on there. Like that. It should look like that. It does indeed look just a bit like that. Then we're taking this other little 2-circle piece, which is going where? What? Oh, onto there. I neglected to find that part. That's going on there. Bigger and smaller circles, obviously. Get them the right way round. That one actually does need a little bit of sanding and filing. I haven't prepared, but I shall grab my file. It's there somewhere. I can see it. I can't see it. Why can't I see it? Right. I shall be back momentarily because that end needs a little bit of tidying up. It was where I thought it was. I just couldn't see it for looking. So yeah, let's get that in place. Now I've sanded it rounder. Pop in there. Get it straight or it doesn't line up very well. It doesn't want to go home. That's that. That's going to need a little bit more pushing. So with the rubber end of my nippers, get a bit more pressure on there. That felt like it. There we go. That's okay. I like that. Next up, we're putting it in position. I've done that. So it looks like that. It does that, right? Next up, a little bit from there. Another little round circular piece. So that's cut off and round that a little bit. It's obviously going in the other hole over here. That's not such a tight fit, so I'm going to use a little bit of glue on the inside of that. Come on, this glue's relatively new. There we go. A little bit of glue on the end of that. I might as well put a little bit over there, although that was tight, so that shouldn't be a problem. Keep that for maybe the next part. That's that. It should look like that. It does. It looks just like that. Now I've got to take off the big thing that looks like a shovel. Drawing close to the straight edge, yes. Even making sure it's a straight edge by a little bit of filing. That's going onto there, onto the bit of the same shape. Quite a tight fit. I don't need to worry about gluing that. That does indeed look like that. They're really spreading out these pictures, aren't they? They want to make me work for the last picture in picture. That one, which is going over there, which way they've turned it round again. It goes on there. Quite like the colour separation of this. It's just the dark grey and the even darker grey. That one goes in there and the little bit sits at the top. I'm going to assume, yes, we're doing exactly the same with that one. That leaves us with what looks like just one part remaining. Big one in there. And then the little one up the top. There we go. Cool. Right, now the last part. Coming up there. Rounding that. That's cool. So that's now that way up and that's that way up. So that's going into the big bit and the little bits. At an angle like that. Yes, putting in the remaining holes on that part of the assembly. So that's that. Fair enough, I like that. Right, so then we're taking this part from last time, and that is going on top of it. That way up. Yes, so that's probably going to be completely flush against the interior of the housing, so I don't need to worry about that on there. I pushed them flush. They are indeed flush, and we need to use the screws now. Put a screw in there and then 2 more in there. So there's 3 screws to use on this part. Get out the 3 that we're going to be using. Interesting that that needs to be screwed onto there, but there we go. So 1, 2, and 3 on there. Get those all in. Right, I see. Then the 2 remaining holes there are for attaching this to the X-Wing itself. So that all tightened down on there. So that still gives me access for the missing parts to go on there. That is going to go on there and just pop in place, but not until this is screwed into the back. So that's what I need to clear the decks for. I shall be back momentarily with the entire X-Wing rear end. So there we are, new improved view with the back panel as was left. The new improved back panel going on there, and yes, this is going to be nicely covered under there. Sorry for the focusing, but it's still quite low light in here, even though I've got all the lights on. So that goes in there. It fits in actually quite securely as it is. The focus is trying to keep up, and it's mostly getting there. Then we've got the 2 screws to hold that in place in the 2 positions there, and just above that. Yeah, apologies for the focus, but it's the last little bit of camera angle that I'm trying to get. I have to figure something out for doing the undercarriage sections, which I'm not entirely certain how. I assume they're actually going to be separate, aren't they? So it won't be a case of having to film them in situation. I can build them on the bench and then just put them in. So that goes in there nice and secure, then tighten up the other one. We're almost there. There's a couple of panels to do on the nose, and then the undercarriage base. The last little piece, that one there, just pops in on the place, holds in place with those 2 pins there and there. That's that. Remember them. Wasn't where the screws had come through and caused problems, is it? I don't recall those there. I shall investigate afterwards. That's going on there. Pop in place like that. And that is the rear completed. So thank you very much for watching this one, episode 97. 3 more to go. 8, 9, and 300, and the big 100. So I shall see you soon. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe. Bye bye for now.